Your home may not be messy. It may be quietly draining you. Every paper pile, unused item, and unfinished corner can become one more thing your mind keeps carrying. In this video, I'll show you 7 hidden things at home that may be taking more of your energy than you realize, and the small changes that can make your space feel lighter. Stay until number 7 because it is something many women use to make a home feel cozy, but it may be creating more work instead. Sometimes you feel tired before you have even started doing anything. You walk into the kitchen and notice an envelope that still needs opening. There is a bag near the door that has not been emptied. A few clothes are resting on a chair because they are not quite clean, not quite dirty, and you have not decided where they belong. None of it is urgent. Still, each thing seems to whisper, "Remember me." And when enough things are doing that, home can begin to feel less like a place where you recover and more like a place filled with unfinished conversations. For many women over 40, tiredness comes from more than physical effort. There is also the effort of noticing, remembering, preparing, keeping track of what needs to happen next. You may be thinking about work appointments, groceries, family needs, a message you have not answered, or a parent you need to call. You may be the person who knows when the milk is running low, which form still needs signing, and what has to be ready before tomorrow morning. Even when nobody is asking you for anything, the room around you may still be making quiet demands. That is why self-care for women over 40 does not always need to mean adding another routine to the day. Sometimes care looks like removing one small source of pressure. You do not need to clear the whole house. You only need to notice what keeps pulling at your attention and make one part of it easier. The first hidden energy drain is the paper pile. It might be on the kitchen counter, the dining table, or the corner of a desk. There may be unopened letters, paid bills, receipts, appointment notes, instruction booklets, forms, catalogues, or information you thought you might need later. The pile usually begins for a sensible reason. You do not want to throw away something important. You plan to look through it properly when you have time. Maybe you need to check a date, make a phone call, or ask someone else before deciding what to do with it. So the papers wait, and every time you walk past them, your mind takes a quick look. Did I deal with that letter? Is there a deadline in there? Do I need that receipt? Where should I file this? You may not stop and answer those questions, but a small part of your attention has already left what you were doing. That is the tiring part. The task remains unfinished, but your mind keeps touching it. A simple paper tray can help. Give the papers one home and 3 possible directions: handle, file, or discard. You do not have to sort the entire pile in one determined afternoon. Pick up 5 pieces of paper. Make one decision about each. Then leave the rest for another day. The tray creates a boundary. It tells you that the papers are contained and that there is a process waiting for them. This is not just paper. It is a quiet list of decisions waiting for you. The second hidden drain may be waiting in your closet. Many women have clothes that no longer support the way they live now. Some pieces no longer feel comfortable. Some belonged to a previous job or a different season of life. Others were expensive, barely worn, or bought for an occasion that never came. And some are kept because they belong to an earlier version of you. Letting those clothes go can bring up more than expected. There may be guilt about the money you spent, hope that you will wear them again, a memory attached to a certain dress or jacket, or simply the feeling that you should not make a decision until you are completely sure. So the clothes stay. But each morning, you have to look past them to find the few things that feel right for your body and your actual day. Getting dressed should be a small, ordinary part of the morning. Yet when your closet is full of clothes that pinch, pull, need repairing, or no longer suit your life, it can begin with disappointment before the day has properly started. This is not about changing your body. It is not about trying to return to a previous size or becoming a different woman. It is about making room for the woman who is standing in front of the closet today. Choose one small section, 10 hangers, 1 drawer, or the group of clothes you repeatedly move aside. Keep what feels comfortable, useful, and easy to wear in your current life. Place anything you are unsure about in a separate box. You do not have to force a final decision while you are tired. For now, you are simply making the useful clothes easier to see. You deserve to open your closet without feeling compared to someone you used to be. Your closet should support the woman you are today. The third hidden drain is work beside the bed. A laptop on the floor, a planner on the bedside table, a notebook filled with tomorrow's tasks, a phone charging close enough to reach without sitting up. These things often end up there because it feels practical. You may need to answer one last message. Check the time of a morning appointment. Finish a small piece of work, or write something down before you forget. But the objects around us send signals even when we are not actively using them. A laptop can remind you of unfinished work. A planner can remind you of tomorrow's schedule. A phone can remind you that someone may need an answer. So you lie down, but part of you remains available. Your body is in the bedroom. Your attention is still standing at the edge of the working day. Try moving work-related items away from the sleeping area. Put the laptop in another room inside a closed bag or somewhere you cannot see it from the bed. Give planners and work papers a place that is not beside your pillow. Then keep the bedside area simple. A lamp, a book, a glass of water, perhaps a small notebook for writing down the one thought that keeps circling, so you do not have to hold it until morning. The bedroom does not need to look perfect. It just needs fewer reminders of what you are responsible for. Your bedroom should not keep asking you to perform. The fourth hidden drain is made up of very small things. Sample bottles, old makeup, hotel toiletries, nearly empty tubes, products you tried once and did not like, but kept because there was still something left inside. These items are easy to overlook because each one seems too small to matter. You may keep them because they are still usable, because throwing something away feels wasteful, because it might be useful for a guest, a holiday, or a future version of your routine. But every object carries a small question. Do I use this? Is it still suitable to use? Should I finish it first? Should I keep it for traveling? Where should it go? One question is not much. 20 questions before you have even brushed your teeth can make an ordinary morning feel unnecessarily crowded. Take one small basket and place the products you genuinely use during the week inside it. Then pay attention for 7 days. What do you actually reach for? What stays untouched? Which products make the routine easier, and which ones are simply taking up space? After that, the decisions may feel clearer. Keep what serves a real purpose. Dispose of anything that is no longer suitable to use. Pass along unopened items when that makes sense. You do not need to empty every cupboard in one go. Just make the things you use easier to find. Small objects can create a surprising amount of mental noise. The fifth hidden drain is often waiting near the front door. Shoes, handbags, keys, jackets, parcels, letters, reusable shopping bags, and items that need to be returned somehow gather there. Usually, there is a good reason. You came home with your hands full. Someone took off their shoes and kept walking. The mail arrived while dinner was cooking. A parcel needs to go back, but you have not had time to print the label. The entryway becomes a holding place for things that have not reached their final destination. And that matters because it is the first thing you see when you come home. After work errands, traffic, or a day of responding to other people, you open the door and immediately see another group of things that need sorting. You have completed one part of the day, but the house seems ready to hand you the next one. A simple landing point can change that first moment. Use one hook for the bag you carry most, one small tray for keys and important mail, one clear place for everyday shoes. Keep it simple enough that it works when you are tired. There is little value in creating a beautiful entryway system if it requires everyone to follow 6 precise steps. Put the hook where the bag already lands. Put the key tray where your hand naturally reaches. The most helpful home systems are built around the way you actually live, not the way you think you should live. Coming home should feel like arriving, not starting another shift. The sixth hidden drain can be difficult to deal with because it is connected to memory, gratitude, and other people. It is the gift you never really liked, but feel guilty removing. The souvenir that no longer means much to you. The inherited object that lives in the back of a cupboard because letting it go feels somehow disloyal. The keepsake that once brought warmth, but now feels like something you are responsible for protecting. We often hold on to these things because we are trying to hold on to what they represent. A relationship, a holiday, someone's kindness, a person who is no longer here, a part of family history. And it can feel as though removing the object would remove some of that meaning too. But memories do not always need to remain in the form of an object you no longer want. You could take a photograph and write a few sentences about where the item came from. You could keep one meaningful piece from a larger collection. You could offer the object to someone who would genuinely enjoy or use it. You are allowed to be grateful for the intention behind a gift without keeping the gift forever. You are allowed to remember someone without storing every object connected to them. Letting an item leave does not erase the care that once came with it. You can keep the meaning without keeping every object. And then there is number 7. The hidden energy drain many of us bring into the home because we want it to feel warm and welcoming. Decoration that creates more work. Extra pillows that have to be removed from the bed each night and placed back every morning. Decorative trays that must be cleared before anyone can use the table. Small ornaments that need to be lifted one at a time whenever the surface is cleaned. Throws that spend more time sliding onto the floor than keeping anyone warm. Kitchen decorations that leave very little space for chopping vegetables or setting down a grocery bag. There is nothing wrong with enjoying beautiful things. A calm home does not need to be bare. It does not need to look like nobody lives there. But something is only comforting when the comfort it gives is greater than the work it creates. Sometimes we arrange a room according to a picture of coziness rather than the way we use that room every day. It may look lovely for a few minutes. Then the pillows need moving, the tray needs clearing, the decorations need dusting, and slowly the things meant to make the room feel softer become another set of small responsibilities. Choose one area you use every day: the sofa, the bed, the bathroom counter, the dining table, the kitchen worktop. Remove one layer. Not everything, just one layer. Take away 2 pillows. Clear one tray. Leave one section of the counter open. Put a few ornaments in a box for a while and see whether you miss them. The room may still feel warm and personal. It may simply become easier to live in. If an object asks more from you than it gives back, it may not belong in your calm home. As you look around your space, there is a simple test you can use. Ask yourself 2 questions. Does this item support my life today? And when I see it, do I feel lighter or more responsible? There is no perfect answer. Some objects require work and are still worth keeping. Some are useful. Some are deeply meaningful. Some simply make you smile, and that matters too. You are not being asked to remove everything or turn your home into an empty room. You are only noticing what your surroundings keep asking from you. The paper pile asks you to decide. The uncomfortable dress asks you to compare. The laptop beside the bed asks you to remain available. The crowded bathroom shelf asks you to sort. The clutter near the door asks you to begin another round of work. The unwanted keepsake asks you to carry guilt. And too much decoration asks you to maintain a picture of home that may not fit your real life. When enough objects are making these quiet requests, it makes sense that you can sit down and still feel unfinished. You are not bad at resting. Your attention may simply be surrounded by reminders. So tomorrow, leave the whole house alone. Choose one thing, one paper, one piece of clothing, one object beside the bed, one bathroom product, one item near the door, one keepsake, one decorative object. Handle it, move it, or let it go. Then pause for a moment and notice the space it leaves behind. A calm home is not built by removing everything. It grows when you begin to notice what quietly asks too much from you. Look around the room you are in right now. Is there one item that no longer supports the life you are living today? You do not need to clear every shelf. You do not need to complete a full house reset. You do not need to turn this into another exhausting project. One lighter corner is enough for today. Comment with the number from 1 to 7 that felt most familiar to you. And subscribe to Calm Her Daily for gentle self-care routines that help women over 40 feel calmer, lighter, and less overwhelmed. Your home does not need to look perfect. It only needs to support the woman living there.